Finally figured this one out. Well, not hard. Finally understand how these switches work. It's pretty obvious once you notice it. So this door can now be opened. There's some nasty enemies to it.
Took one out. Up high, down hard. Ready with an overload.
Hey kitty. Taboo. This is the state of our ability, by the way.
Good work.
They hit Liam!
It's alright. Taboo, come here. Come to the cat couch boy. Taboo, come on. Come on, boy. What are you searching? There is nothing. Going to your scratch pole place, sleeping place, huh? Seems that way. No? He's a bit restless. Can I repair the turret? Okay. 28.
Okay, you should be able to get to the purification console.
Finally. This time we can get even the remnant tech. Of course.
Overload coming up.
Three nullifiers, great.
Think that's it.
No.
Watch out. Remnant.
Nice, we should reset them. These reset points are hilarious here. And it's total bullshit.
Reload!
Nice work.
This console will activate the purification field. You may want to sweep the area.
Before this place tries to kill us, you mean? Okay, get ready to run. Here it comes! Go, go! Keep moving! Remtech, grab it!
Well, a bit underwhelming, huh? Debu? Come. There was always thinking I lost something important by not grabbing the RAM tag on the way out.
It's closing in on us! Move!
No worries. Two more levels, and you can make rank 5 stuff.
Pathfinder, ambient temperature has dropped to 34 degrees Celsius and continues to decrease. Humidity has increased by 21%.
We can bring this place back to life.
That was the plan. 69. The random ship, yes. Let's do this.
Detecting deep seismic activity in this area.
That thing is massive. I wonder what brought it down.
So, a tin can full of remnant. Sounds like fun.
Yep.
This is gonna be fun. Scavengers have been trying for months to get salvage from this place.
What the hell? This game.
Up high, down hard.
Dirty thieves! Go find your own steak! This one's ours! Angela, protect the staff! We've got intruders! Dirty thieves! Go find your own steak! This one's ours!
We're on the way.
Angela, protect the staff!
Watch out, that's a field of death.
Shouting.
Coming up on us.
There's more around every corner. Watch your 6, and your 3, and your 9, and your...
Hey, Dabu. Hmm? Dabu's the end of the couch. Can't see him.
Reloading!
Watch your 6.
Wonder if I can
More
get anything on the
lives.
scanner.
I wonder.
That should do it. What? I'm dumb. Too much possibilities.
Hmm. Everywhere there are two possible matches. This.
I
Finally.
did it! Oh, so cool in here. So nice.
Elaaden's a mystery to me. It's hellish hot.
Lawless, crazy, murderous. Never mind the water mafia.
Gotta be a big reward for those scavengers to put up with the risk.
Information from Kadara lists raw materials from remnant architecture as extremely profitable.
There's a lot of damage in here. Better watch our step. Hopefully we can find a route to the drive core, then get out of here. At least this still works. Any theories about this ship?
You mean the crash? Scourge fried the guidance system, or I don't know, everything?
That's a safe bet. But where's the crew? What happened to them?
And where did they come from? This ship suggests they aren't from Helios.
Heads up! Maybe this place isn't functioning as well as we thought.
If that also means the killer bots, I won't complain.
This is probably the access terminal for the drive core. Why, yep. The drive core's not here. Someone's been here, but they didn't come in the way we just did. Couldn't have.
This ship crashed hard. There must be another entrance.
Burned again for politely using the front door.
So, who has it?
Scavengers? Gotta be.
I agree. Seems like the most likely culprit. We just have to find our way out and track them down. Huh. I don't think these belong here.
Flares? That's not remnant tech.
The intruders must have entered from this direction.
More flares. Seems like the right direction.
Very kind of these thieves to leave us a clear trail.
Pretty handy. I'd hate to get lost in here.
Here we go.
Overload coming up.
Reloading!
The reach is not good.
Overload coming up.
Nice save.
Ready with an overload. No wonder about the dead scavengers. Are they getting their asses kicked too? Yes, they are.
this is how they got in, whoever it was.
Wasn't Morda who took the drive core. If she knew about this entrance, they wouldn't try to break in.
Finally, back out into the bright, scorching light of day.
Sun brings out the color in my good eye.
We've got a lock on your position. Sending down a forward station.
Suvi, Sam's uploaded a signature from the remnant drive core housing. Can you trace it?
Tricky from our position. It won't be a full scan.
Give me whatever you can. We need to find out who stole it.
Yeah. Did it fall into the wrong hands, or the even worse than wrong hands?
Okay, think I've got something. I've updated your nav system.
Where are we though? $76. Nice. While we're here,
An undocumented mineral has been detected, Pathfinder. This remnant site attracted the Scourge, Pathfinder. Unstable activity nearby.
Think that's it.
I've identified a remnant data cache in this location. Pathfinder, I recommend scanning. Pathfinder, I've extracted data fragments from this cache. They may be valuable later. Pathfinder, my scans indicate this site may be worth searching for Angaran relics. No data is available, but this may be Angaran.
Avela will want to see this.
Who was Avila again? Spit them all.
That's that. Ha! Never get used to that thing.
I think we're clear.
Right there.
Tell me again how that scanned energy signature helps us find the drive core?
The drive core emitted a unique reading that I haven't encountered before in Remnant tech. It took a great deal of power to run that ship, whatever its purpose.
Suvi, keep your eyes on this and give us an update when we get closer. Don't want to overshoot.
Pathfinder? That's
Fiends, more than one.
We're sure this is the right spot.
I'm sure.
Perfect. How come the right spot is never by a quiet pond or in a field of wildflowers?
I cannot pinpoint my scan until we are closer.
Right then, let's take these beasts down.
drive core.
Scan is complete. By my calculations, the drive core is here.
Wait until Morda sees us waltz in with her drive core under our arm.
Here they come!
Good work.
No drive core here. Suvi? Sam? What's going on?
The drive core was here, Pathfinder, by the strength of the signature, not long ago.
Of all the shitty luck. Sometimes I think I'm unlucky. In general, I mean.
Haven't noticed that.
You can be honest. It's possible, right? Could even be genetic.
You need to talk to Lexi about that one.
Think I'd rather not.
spot where the signature for the remnant drive core was detected. We'll need to scan the area to zero in on the signal.
Thanks, Suvi. Looks like we missed the action this time.
Krogan versus scavengers. Think this was about the drive core or just an ambush for loot? Let's give these a quick scan before they turn to dust, how about? Or we do.
Pathfinder, I'm scanning the unique signature from the drive core, but it's clearly not here,
Yeah, I got that part.
which is why I specified clearly.
It's too hot to chase these thieves all over this planet.
Heat's even making me ornery.
The drive core must be powerful to be worth killing and dying for.
Guess the winner of this fight took off with it.
Seems to track.
We should look for another clue to where they were headed.
Password. Bingo. Exactly why you should never write down your password.
Level up again. Nice.
Scavenger set up a dune camp. Stay on guard.
Outlaw tech, keep your eyes peeled.
Here they come!
Keep it up.
Pummeled. Trolled. Ganged. Yes. Really warm.
His body isn't fresh.
Pathfinder, you may wish to scan the body for information.
Information?
Pathfinder, this outlaw died from a highly infectious disease.
We can't let this spread to our people. Can we find the source?
Possibly, if I receive more data.
It's always about more data, huh?
We still... This is the base Barrett wanted us to help with.
Well located, good view of the surrounding area. I can see why they wanted.
Hydra spotted!
Don't say. Must have heard.
Nice shot. Need help. Need help.
Is that all of them? That was way too easy.
Hostile spotted
Didn't say
incoming.
that. Way too easy. Oh. Reinforcements, why is them still dead?
Place is swarming. Explains why Barrett wasn't willing to take the risk himself. Target's down.
So slow if she's hit. She got hit. Oh no. 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 Not again. Surely not all
Got 'em
that
all.
again. Fuck that.
Lowlifes, scavengers, criminals. You take me to all the nice places.
You can go back to the Tempest if you want.
And leave you to have all the fun?
Where?
Hey, the drive core. Let's not forget about that.
Yes, let's not. If I tried this. Soldier 4, baby. %tech recharge speed. Wow. Low rates. Accuracy stability. Because 16 weapon damage is not that bad. Maybe we can try this out.
Pathfinder, there is still a risk of the scavengers damaging remnant cores. I suggest using your Omni tool to disable the cores.
I've tried this one. Look at that. Cloaking.
They're on us.
Like it. Who will die first? It's you.
Outlaw spotted. Good work.
Nurse. Great. This is why I didn't do it last time.
Chew on this.
I lost my clip size. Nope. Drag standing there. Gotcha. Oh my god.
I'll light him up.
The reach is very bad with this beam. Not now. Can I now? Please.
Good. That should do it.
Pathfinder, I detect scavenger interference at additional remnant sites.
You never make it easy for me. Let's go to those other sites.
forget we need to find the scum who took that drive core before the trail goes cold.
Yeah, but couldn't get to it because rocks.
Damn. This is a nice drive.
We've reached the nav point provided by Dr. Gunnar. The Krogan terminal should be nearby.
Okay, eyes peeled, everyone. Let's get in and get out.
This is the active terminal. Initiating download.
Nice grenade.
Reinforcements.
Of course.
How's it going, Sam? Come on, come on! I think that's it.
Nice. Ripped by grenade.
Guess we'll try again later.
Keep it up.
I'll light him up.
This is the active terminal. Initiating download.
Reinforcements. I am invincible.
Frag on the way.
Drax hurt!
Now. Ready with an overload. Enemies all around. And
Why are you not going into cover? What the hell?
Download complete. We may leave now.
Easy for you
More
to say.
incoming.
Can you tell what's in all that data? Better have been worth almost getting killed.
Much is encrypted. However, a few phrases stand out.
Outlaws on the way.
Krogan super soldier, pure Krogan, and tank bread.
Huh, interesting. Send me a report of what you can decipher.
Best man standing, huh? Oops. Two snipers.
Look up high. Overload coming up.
Woo. Plutonium multiplier.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Looks like a remnant structure.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
That's it. Shaman will handle the rest.
Willie, you know. Ooh, big decryption key. Two triggers.
Scavenger tech ahead. They'll be looking for scrap here. Sam, another memory trigger?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to...
Sam node.
Sam node on the Hyperion to investigate. Pathfinder. This area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
You should see it. Where is it? Or is it in a cave? Yes. I like the clip size more, especially when using the electricity beam.
Sam, another memory prompt?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Guess one more. Let's go back. Is this the outpost, by the way? I think yes, huh? Yeah.
Temperature at the Paradise is currently 32 degrees Celsius, Pathfinder.
That's quite a change. The vault really did its job.
As expected.
You've survived the gang leaders and the worm so far. I'm impressed.
What happened to the other salvage runner? Lieta?
The Angara? Who's asking?
I am.
Lieta's dealt with enough. She doesn't need a Pathfinder poking around.
She has a friend here. He wants to make sure she's okay.
Yeah? Where was he when Lieta was in trouble?
Just tell me where she is.
I don't know. Her ship was gone, so I flew her to Kadara. I didn't ask questions. Talk to Colt Dalton if you want to know more. He's the docks manager on Kadara. She had to go through him to get anywhere.
Take it easy.
Always do.
I'd like to test the serum on a live subject, but we need a good candidate. Scan the scavengers at the Paradise again. I'll tell you when I see a potential.
Again.
Not a scavenger, Ryder.
But it said scavenger.
Does it seem cooler to you? It's cooler, right?
What the hell?
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
The second we're out on the dunes, you're dead.
Heard McCrone and his boys stole the part. Gonna get a better gun and take them all down.
There. He's perfect. You'll need his permission to administer the serum. We won't force it on him.
You sure this is safe?
It's no more dangerous than your usual stunts.
Hey there.
Don't know what they told you. I don't have nothing.
I just want to give you this medicine. It might make you feel better.
Feel better. Haven't felt this good in years. I don't want your blasted medicine.
If you take this, you can feel normal again. Start your life.
A life of serving the Nexus? Of being bored out of my mind? No thanks. I'm free as a bird now, and damn, it feels great. Just leave me alone. Leave all of us alone. We're happy just how we are.
What if your brain decays more? You can't live like this. Just take the serum.
And if I say no?
I won't make you, but you'd be making a big mistake.
You're a pain in my ass. Fine, give me the stupid thing.
Finally.
I take it, you leave me alone. Now shove off.
Not the first patient I've had who resisted treatment. Are they really happy this way?
It's their sickness talking.
Is it? I wonder. I'll monitor his progress and send you my findings. Thanks, Ryder.
Hmm.
All systems green.
The discovery of Aya was just what we needed, Ryder. The Angaran scientists have been so generous in sharing their wisdom. It's been amazing.
Angaran expertise will be a tremendous help to the initiative.
We were certainly hurting for it. I'm thankful the Angara were willing to risk working with us.
I'm afraid not all of them are quite so friendly.
Some give trust easily. From others, you have to earn it. I'm confident we'll get there.
When did you start believing in a god?
My parents were both scientists. My home was ruled by rationality. So when I became a teenager, let's just say that while other kids found Batarian music, I found God.
But your work as a scientist
convinced me even more, especially when I got into molecular biology, physics. The patterns I kept seeing over and over again, they were like an artist's watermarks. God, to me, is an artist, an inventor, not someone checking to see if I brush my teeth.
I'm really glad you volunteered to join our crew, by the way.
I am too. New galaxy and all. I'm honored to be here.
No, I mean, I think you're cute and I like seeing you up here.
Oh my goodness, Ryder.
Also, the accent. The accent is, I mean, it's not the only thing, but, okay, I should just go over there to the piloting thing.
Kill me now.
Ryder, thank you. And so you know, the feeling's mutual.
Yes! I mean, time to pathfind. Serious business. Saving everyone.
Ket genetics defies everything we know. They're bits of different species, and yet all Ket. It's bizarre, horrifying, fascinating, all at once.
If you and the rest of the team could figure them out, it might make a huge difference.
Already on it, Pathfinder.
I take it you work closely with the Nexus Science team?
I tried to keep in contact with them. We discuss anything and everything we discover out here. After all, many brains are better than one, and Dr. Aridana is worth 2 or 3 at least. I work best when I have other people to bounce ideas off of.
I'm still fuzzy about how we managed to see Andromeda all the way from home.
It confused me too. I mean, the light lag would have made any data 2 million years out of date. So I asked Dr. Aridana, and she told me, well, it wasn't our tech that did it. It was the Geths.
You're kidding. Those killer robots we had in the Milky Way?
Those exact ones. The initiative obtained data from an array in deep space, a Geth construct. According to Aridana, the Geth rebuilt a mass relay and turned the approach corridor into an FTL sensor.
FTL sensor. So a
Knew that.
faster-than-light telescope? They could survey Andromeda as it was?
Not exactly, but it cut down the lag by enough. We don't know why the Geth were interested in observing beyond the galaxy, though. Maybe we'll never know.
Did my dad know about this? Why didn't he tell me?
It's possible he didn't know. The Geth are isolationist and hostile. Using the info, even obtaining it in the first place, probably crossed a lot of boundaries.
Talked about that.
I should...
Why wasn't it grayed out?
You have AVP outstanding, Pathfinder.
Thanks for the info.
Yeah? When's the last time you had a normal conversation?
This is a normal conversation.
No. This is you trying to figure me out. Categorize my flaws. Put a label on me.
That isn't.
Everyone on this ship is an experiment to you. And I've got no interest in being a guinea pig.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah, baby. Where were you? Where have you been? Can I get you here? I think I can. Playtime, guys, on the cat couch. Called it. She fell down. I mean, gracefully, of course. Hello? Hello, hello? Can you hear me? Hmm. Can you hear me? Ah, it was on the phones. Okay, nice. Kitty doesn't want to play now. My iPad activates Bluetooth, even if not asked.
Hey, yeah. What's shaking?
Thanks for chatting.
You know it.
Nice. Stuff. Finally. Collect some rewards. Where are all the people?
Kadara is a lifesaver. I'd promised some people some things I wasn't sure I could get. Turns out I can get them all on Kadara. Funny how things work out.
I'm just relieved that they didn't die out there without Nexus support.
Throwing people off the boat was hard, but Nexus leadership was desperate. Wasn't a great choice. Lose some people, or lose everything. You know where to find me.
No poker tonight. Report.
Hey, Ryder. What's the story? Anytime.
Hey,
Hey.
Back again?
How's the search for the Asari Ark going?
Those nav points are set. I'm ready if you are.
Where's Liam, by the way?
Everything all right?
Oh, yes. PB and I were just having a debate.
Better than her avoiding you, right?
I guess. Ryder, do you think I'm uptight? No, never mind. Don't answer that. Let's just talk about something else.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Caught you napping. Do all Angara snore, or just you?
Do all humans whimper in their sleep? Or just you?
Tev Uni. A home on Vold. Sort of. Still feels good, though.
The Roka go to Kadara and recruit the desperate. I've heard a Roka recruiter weaving his magic. Even I was convinced.
Can I ask you a few more questions?
Of course. If I can answer them, I will.
Do Angara plan their futures? Do you dream about what you want to accomplish?
You put plan and dream in the same question.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You meant to do that. Angara thirst for now. We don't strive to make the future better. We strive because the present is lacking.
Give me eyes going to the sketch post. Please.
Can you tell me about your family? Assuming you have one.
Sit down. This will take time. Is someone bringing us snacks and drinks?
Whoa, your family's that big?
I have one true mother, Sahuna, and more than 5 additional mothers, and many, many, many siblings, and cousins, all raised together. Our families constantly change and evolve. Relationships come and they go. My father is gone, taken, or killed by the Ket. We never found his body.
I'm sorry about that, Jal. I understand. I just lost my dad.
Something in common between aliens, then. We are fatherless, yet we fight on. Anything else you want to ask?
Well, enough about that. Can you tell me more about the Ket occupation?
It's a difficult subject. I'll answer what I can. I may get emotional.
Have the Ket always been here?
No. Some, like the Moshai, are old enough to remember the time before the Ket. But I don't. Nor do my mothers.
And the Archon came with them?
We think so. Resistance intel on that is unclear, and few have seen him in person.
And lived to tell?
And lived to tell.
When the Ket came, why didn't you fight?
They didn't give us a reason to. Until they did. Then it was too late. Perhaps you think we were weak. But the Ket are ruthless. They are masters at knowing exactly when and how to strike.
I get that, believe me. What's living under the Ket been like for you?
Do you really want to hear about these things? They're painful.
I asked, didn't I?
It's like living on unstable ground. Every day brings more horrible news. I part company with someone not knowing if I'll ever see them again. When I was a boy, My father vanished from my life. One horrible day.
Was he in the Resistance?
No, he was a technician at a mine. He went to work and didn't come home. That happens for an Angara child somewhere, every single day.
Well, enough about that. I'll see you later, Jal.
Stay strong and clear.
Hello, Sarah. Kadara Port has raised questions for the future.
What questions?
If we succeed in Andromeda, more AI will be created. We are all individuals. Some may commit illegal acts. But if AI are also citizens, there must be laws and penalties for us too. I wonder what form they will take.
Thanks.
Why would I want that? Looks nice, but I'm not a bionic, unfortunately. Can't even research it. Oh. Do I have some cool mods? Yeah, but I'm almost level 30, so that. Some Nexus stuff. Some things to do. Strange approach.
Ryder, this is Kandros. Sam warned us about Knight's attack.
Where's Knight?
We're tracking her down, but those devices are still live. I need you to take care of them, quietly. We can't afford panic.
So much to do.
I can't believe you said that.
Free for an interview? I'd like to know more about the Angara. It's not often a first contact goes so smoothly. At least the Angara are more peaceful than the Ket. There's high hopes for this alliance.
I just don't know.
I guessed you'd ask about the Angara. It's a good reason to say hi.
That's not... This is about history, not you and...
Me and...
I need to finish this. So, the Angara, your thoughts on the alliance?
The Angara are survivors, and they're willing to help. They'll be great allies.
The Angara soldier who joined your team has a few fans already, but everyone's talking about Aya. Green plants, flowing water? Our leaders have discussed whether we should send colonists there.
If the Angara say yes, I don't see why not.
I wonder who gets to make that call. The Angara don't have much of a government left. Okay, that's... Colonist registration is up since last episode, as is morale. Tan sent this for you. Inspiring, huh?
Should I apply for an outpost?
We could send him a gift.
Things are still going smoothly without me to look over them?
I could do more. We're good.
I told you we'd manage. Damn, you could have at least pretended the transition was difficult. I wonder what my dad would think of all this. Would he have encouraged the move? Come with us if he could?
I'm sure he would have, to be with you guys.
Yeah, I think so too. Sid doesn't remember anything about him, but I do. I think he might have liked it here.
Pathfinder Ryder, a word, please. I stopped an unauthorized shipment to Kadara. Important stuff. Rations, tools, power cells, you name it. Corresponds with inventory discrepancies. Someone's stealing and storing supplies around Nexus and Hyperion for delivery to the exiles. If you could keep an eye out for suspicious or out-of-place packages, I'd appreciate it.
I'll see what I can do.
Great. Stolen supplies haven't been processed for release, so Sam should be able to detect them.
Hi, I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative.
Hey,
welcome to the...
How may I assist?
That...
Please remain in line until called by the next available agent.
Hi. Gil Brody is your engineer, right?
That's right.
I'm Bailey. I used to work with him in the hangars here. You wouldn't happen to know if he's available, would you?
Depends on what you mean. His duties keep him pretty busy.
No, I mean like a... Oh, never mind. Just, tell him I said hi, huh?
In order to expedite your entry, you must already have obtained medical clearance.
Hi, I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. Welcome to the Nexus.
Why? What's
We ask that
another
you spend
path?
short minutes going through immigration processing, then we'll have you on your...
And we're happy to help your guards secure their weapons.
I prefer them armed for now. You understand, of course.
Oh, Pathfinder, this is the head of the Angaran delegation.
The one who saved the Moshai. She speaks highly of you. Call me Issa de Navarre.
Welcome, Ambassador. The Angara's first formal visit will be one for the history books.
I wonder what they'll say.
I was just explaining to the Ambassador that armed guards aren't necessary here.
Is something wrong, Ambassador?
Please walk with me, Pathfinder. So much life. All different, all united. The way it could have been. 75 years ago, we were scattered, struggling to rebuild after the Scourge. Then, the Ket arrived. Alien life. It was monumental. But then they deceived and enslaved us. So, I hope you understand my precautions.
Your people have endured much, Ambassador. I'd be cautious too.
Yet all this, your initiative, is proof there's a better way. I want to believe in this alliance, Pathfinder. The Moshai says you're trustworthy. Please, help me trust in you.
We don't expect you to enter this alliance blindly, Ambassador. Everything we say, you can check.
You'd be that open with us?
We have nothing to hide.
They'll surrender their weapons to your militia, if that's satisfactory.
Thank you. We won't disappoint you, Ambassador.
Pavoa set Jav Jaravon, Pathfinder. Welcome to Andromeda.
English, please.
Your species are monogender, correct?
Founder of the initiative.
Welcome back.
On behalf of the Nexus, I welcome you to the Cultural Center. Please have a look around. We hope you'll enjoy learning about the rich diversity of people who have arrived from the Milky Way galaxy.
Loading, loading, loading.
But the plants have adapted to the Scourge's presence. Some even feed on its radiant energy. See this older specimen? The growth rings show the Scourge's beginnings. The Pathfinder's scanner captured it perfectly.
My model of Helios blossoms with data thanks to you. Here, please. You have earned this.
Level 30, baby.
Truly a mystery.
Specimens, scans, our conservation effort can barely keep up. What a wonderful service you've done for us. You've certainly earned your fee.
Truly a mystery.
200 credits. Oh my god.
Downloading new scanner data.
Tell our leaders, wake the sleepers!
Residents are still mourning the loss of King Garson, and the initial founder was killed by the Jesus in the Scourge.
Unlocking. Come on in.
What a mess.
What in the... Ta-da! My project. She is complete. She? Looks like a she to me. Just a proof of concept. I stripped out its remnant command prompts to see if I could power it up myself. It worked! Now I can build a field model with combat protocols that fights for you. So, what do you think? You've outdone yourself, PB. Let Suvi and Gil eyeball it, then fast-track the combat model for me. I'd hoped you'd be happy. Oh no, I forgot to lock the... Shit.
My, Pelisaria. Didn't know you were still using this hole. Who's your friend?
Kalinda, this is Ryder.
Oh, everyone knows the human Pathfinder. I meant, who's your remnant friend?
None of your business, Kalinda.
Of course it isn't. That's what makes it so interesting. Don't be so hostile, babe.
No reason we can't all be civil, right?
Exactly.
But you are kind of trespassing, so...
Now. I was just concerned something might have happened to my dear old friend. I'm sorry for the intrusion, Pelisaria. I'm just relieved to see you moving on. Ta-ta.
I'll walk you out. So, want to talk about it? Oh, Kalinda and I go way back. We joined the initiative together. For a long time, we were like family. Now we're not. When you live 1,000 years, Ryder, people come and people go. Entanglements are silly. Just like places. Time to pack this one up. I'm done with it. But how can you give all this up? Ha! Watch me. Easy come, easy go. I'll pack up my new pet and essentials. See you back on the Tempest.
Did I miss my chance to flirt with her? Seems that way.
The plants have adapted to the Scourge's presence. Some even feed on its radiant energy. What a... I'll look at the growth patterns.
8 points. Nice. Lose. Mm-hmm. Personal mission.
Free our families!
Unlocking. Come on in. Ta-da! So,
Mom. Of course it isn't. That's what makes...
Just like places. Time to pack this one up. I'm done with it.
Hey, I hope you know you can talk to me. Anytime.
Aren't you a cutie? Thanks, Ryder. That's nice. I mean it. But really, the past is the past. I'm fine. I'll pack up my
That's
new pet
better.
essentials. See you back on the Tempest.
Sam, anyone nearby?
Negative, Pathfinder. The vicinity is clear of all personnel. There is a blank spot in your vicinity, Pathfinder.
What do you mean?
I cannot see part of the room, for lack of a better term.
Wait, is that what I think it is?
That model ship was declared missing from inventory 6 months ago. Pathfinder, are you putting the box back?
Finders keepers.
Kesh, I'm not sure what we can do here. We've got the system stabilized for now, but we're going to need to reroute power soon. We could lose some stasis pods if we don't.
Rebreather components, power cells, dried food.
Scanning the labels, many of these boxes were reported missing. The datapad is password locked. Shall I run a decryption?
Seems worth the risk. Do it.
Accessing audio logs.
Play the first one.
10 is starting to get along with Vetra's replacement a little too well. Better do something about it.
Play the second one.
Remind Addison that the Krogan all left. Keep her unhappy.
Play the third one.
Stay away from what's-his-face in charge of the first colony. If he thought I was messing with Addison, he could be serious trouble.
Thanks, Sam.
Meeting notes for Director Tan. Engineering has requested resources we don't have yet again. In particular, repairs to non-essential systems. I'm having doubts in Kesh's ability to prioritize tasks appropriately.
Perhaps you should look under or behind the furnishings, Pathfinder.
How to rise through the ranks and the path to quick promotions. What do we have here?
Interference is preventing scanner function. You will need to rely on more basic means to search these quarters.
What's this?
I cannot scan what you're holding, Pathfinder. It's somehow blocking me, as a scrambler might.
Sounds like a job for a comms expert.
Okay.
Our Nexus, our lives! Our Nexus, our lives!
Won't they get hungry?
They're in hydroponics.
Plan before cronies.
Baby lettuce ain't exactly filling.
Free our families! Free our families!
Hey, what's going on?
That's your new galaxy. Making speeches about some fresh start while your kids stay frozen.
And it's all thanks to your Pathfinder.
Excuse me?
We've waited months for our families to come out of stasis. They should have gone to your outpost.
But since you think research is so important, military personnel got bumped down the list, like my clan brothers.
All the reassignments mean they're in 10 different colony blocks now.
And my mother just got caught in the middle.
We only had resources for one outpost, so I focused on the skills we needed most.
And what we need is our families back.
Maybe you could still make this right. I just want Mom out of stasis. That's all anyone here wants.
You do stasis revivals. You can tell our leaders you're opening those pods. Today.
Okay, I'll talk to the leadership about what we can do.
14 months of promises. It's time for some results.
We tried petitioning Addison. She ignored us. Screw her.
Start with Kandros. He sent those 10 soldiers over there. Maybe he'll take us seriously.
Tell our leaders, wake the sleepers!
Wake the sleepers. That?
Tell our leaders, wake the sleepers!
Clan before cronies.
Our nexus, our lives.
Clan before cronies.
Tell our leaders, wake the sleepers!
Clan before cronies.
Son of a bitch, you played me.
Knight?
Yes, me. I let you near my son. You're not stopping this.
Pathfinder Elaaden, I need to know something from you.
Shoot.
You've been to Kadara. You've seen the exiles there. They used to be with us. Friends, family, co-workers. A lot of us worry about them. We hear it's chaos, that it's dog-eat-dog.
It's civilized there. They have rules and systems and infrastructure, just like we do.
Oh, good. Despite what happened, my heart goes out to them. Thank you for taking the time.
The flag of Tervu.
Looking good there.
Let's hear it.
Interesting. Thanks, Pathfinder.
You're back.
People happen when you work at a bar.
Got you there, Dutch.
I'll have to get used to you too, I guess. Fine. You can be a regular. What's your name?
Sarah.
I'm Dutch. That's Anan over there. Be careful. The snark is strong with that one.
I'll be careful.
I was being careful. Look where it got me.
A station bartender with people offering help all the time.
They just want free drinks.
That too.
You'd think people would reconsider picking on the guy making the drinks, but no. Speaking of, wanna try this one? I'm going to call it the Tall Moose.
Those look horrifying. Dutch will love them. Wow, where did you find those? Never mind, don't answer that. I think they're straight from the Milky Way.
So, Ryder, big news. I think I found my purpose in life.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Thrashing you at poker? Should I deal?
Ryder, I can read Gil's vital signs and give you an advantage during the game if you like.
Do it.
The Pathfinder has spoken. Ooh, were you holding out on me? You're pretty good at this.
Don't act so surprised.
Poker's lost me several friends over the years. The only one who still plays me is my buddy Jill. I know, Jill and Gil.
The one you mentioned. Part of the initiative?
Yep. Been awake since the start. Jill's a fertility expert. Heads the initiative CRC. My only real friend from back home. I bet 50.
I call. The CRC?
Colonial Repopulation Committee. She's always teasing that I'm making her job harder. Says if I'm not making babies, I'm part of the problem. We have that kind of relationship.
Sounds kind of disrespectful. It doesn't bother you?
Nah, she's like family. Supports me unconditionally. We just ride each other like that. You should meet her. You'll see. She's amazing. Another 100.
He's bluffing.
I call.
Oof, nice. That one's yours. Well, the winning streak's over. You beat me, Ryder, fair and square. Guess I continue searching for my true purpose in life.
Cards went my way. Beginner's luck.
Peddle that somewhere else. You're no beginner. Jill's gonna lay into me hard when she hears you won. Nah, I'll just tell her this proves how bad a player she is.
Ouch. Have fun. And thanks for the game.
$50. 50 XP. Well. Well.
Wake the sleepers!
These are stolen supplies. I'll alert the dock manager.
You were right. If I'd done what I planned, things would have gone badly.
Oh. Does that mean you want a refund?
Oh, no.
Do I have all 4 armors I want?
I gotta...
So...
Good morning.
Can I help
or is
you
it
with anything?
evening?
I don't know about these Angara.
Good news. We have located your wayward agent.
I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. On behalf of the Nexus,
Interesting place, isn't it? Full of smiles and handshakes. Not many soldiers. Even though when politicians make peace, it's we soldiers who keep it.
Given our situation, it's smart to show we truly come in friendship.
Though in these times you should be prepared for the alternative. But names. I know you, Pathfinder. I am Andraknor, a Heskal with the Resistance.
A Hescarl?
Centuries ago, Heskal were special forces. We defended colonies, passing our training down via oral history. Few remember us today. I came to learn what the Milky Way knows of such things. I heard your father was part of a similar program, an N7.
He was one of the first N7s. He was proud of that, even though he didn't stay in service. Didn't stop him teaching me and my brother a few tricks.
So, you carry a little of that knowledge with you, as well as your Pathfinder skills. N7 training would benefit my people. Heskal training would benefit yours. Perhaps a few war games. Show me how your skills handle the tests of a Heskal recruit. Challenge yourself, and teach me.
A chance to work with the Angaran best of the best? Absolutely.
Excellent. I'll activate our training beacons. Finding them can be your first test. After that, I look forward to learning.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad you could visit.
I don't know, maybe I should
Nexus
have stayed
exiles
home.
find a home.
That's why you came here in the first place. I have friends.
A violent illness related to cherry-like fruit brought back from Habitat 7 has authorities baffled. Multiple passengers are still in quarantine. This is HNS.
I have a friend who came across on the Solarian Ark. How do I find him?
No one's heard from him. Their ark's missing.
Another cache of stolen supplies, alerting the dock manager.
This is not good. Damned exiles.
Information war.
Authorities continue work to establish contact with our Milky Way descendants. As of now, beacons confirming arrival in Helios remain unanswered. This is HNS.
Another cache of stolen supplies, alerting the dock manager.
Sam note.
Oh, I can't wait to go to Aya. Pathfinder, I hear the Angaran planet Aya is a paradise. We finally found a lush world. When do we start moving in?
These things take time. There's not much room on Aya. We're still proving ourselves to them. But we need to find lush planets of our own, for all of us.
True. But hey, at least now we know one exists, right? I know you'll do it. Keep up the good work, Pathfinder.
Sorry to call you in, but this is best handled discreetly.
Talk to me.
Short version, one of Harry's med techs snuck a relative on board. Woke them up, cut them loose. Turns out this relative has a rare illness. Not contagious yet, but in the later stages.
Does Tan know about this?
What? No, absolutely not. Tan's office is an informational sieve. This gets out, we'll have a station-wide panic. Besides, this is a Hyperion matter. My responsibility.
That makes it mine too, doesn't it, Captain?
Thank you, Ryder. Please keep this to yourself for now. The only way this ends without major losses is if we handle things before the rumors get out.
Right. I'll look into it.
Good. Talk to Harry. He can brief you on the details. Let's bring this under control before it's too late.
Details? I thought it's details. Some Sam notes.
Ryder, one of your father's memories is available.
Let's see it.
This memory is from when your parents returned to Earth, after your mother was diagnosed with her disease.
It's simple. We take Sam.
Who?
I named the AI, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Sam. We use your research and interface Sam with an implant.
My work on biotic implants was yielding results, but this... I don't know.
What did the doctor say?
Alec,
What did he say?
it's getting worse.
There's your answer. This will work. Sam can fix you.
Alec, I'm not some war you have to win. You're not an N7 anymore.
That doesn't mean we...
They kicked you out of the Alliance for this.
We're talking about your life.
Alec, did you ever consider that maybe it's my time to go? I'm human. We die. It happens.
Ellen, please. Losing you is not an option. The kids aren't gonna lose their mother. God knows they never had a father.
Then give them one.
They just asked for a refund.
So can this Sam talk yet?
Hello, Ellen. Why did the tree go to the dentist? To get a root canal.
Humor algorithms. I can't seem to get the hang of it.
Or maybe it's the guy teaching them?
That felt so real. Mom was right there. Alive.
It was the first time I met Ellen. My education on human mortality began that day. Your mother seemed prepared to die.
But Dad wasn't ready. Mom was just trying to prepare him.
Even though all human beings one day expire.
Yeah, but when it's someone you love, it's not that cut and dry.
I'm beginning to understand where your father's resolve came from. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. Your progress as Pathfinder has unlocked an additional memory.
That's all for now.
Of course. Ryder, one of your father's memories is available.
No XP?
Let's see it.
This memory is of a family gathering on Earth.
Finally, the Ryder clan in one room. It feels like it's been years since we were together.
Or more.
Well, I'll take whatever I can get. I've missed you too.
How are you feeling, Mom?
No, we're not doing that. There's only one rule for this visit. No talking about me. I'm fine. And when I'm not, the pills help. Deal?
Okay.
Good. Let's talk about something else. Alec? Really?
Well, you're both looking taller.
Yeah, Dad, that does tend to happen.
Right, I know. So, I heard the Alliance has a new Mako in the works.
Yeah, word is they can airdrop this one from a ship.
I know. They're saying we might get one on our next expedition.
You still poking around the Attican Traverse?
It's amazing. We think we might have found a Prothean site. No artifacts yet, but we're still digging.
I remember the day they found the first ruins on Mars. Changed my life. We knew for sure that aliens were real. We just had to go find them.
Yes, every day I wake up, I'm looking at a Mass Effect relay and I keep thinking, what's on the other side?
Don't lose that. The minute you stop wondering what's beyond the mountain, you die a little inside.
No chance of that. It's in our blood. You infected us.
What was it like, Dad? When you went through that first relay?
Don't believe the stories. The Charon relay scared the shit out of us. Admiral Grissom included. Why don't we go have this dinner your mom's been slaving over all day? I'll tell you all about it.
I remember that. Mom complained the Ryder clan was never in the same room at the same time.
Odd, considering you were family.
That's all you need to know. Dad wasn't much fun to hang around with. The awkward silences could last for hours.
Yet you shared a common interest.
Yeah, good or bad, your parents were buff on you.
A form of symbiosis?
Sure, I suppose. Though not always beneficial.
It gave rise to you.
Jury's still out on that.
Nevertheless, the emotional bonds among family became clear to me that day. Your progress as Pathfinder has unlocked an additional memory.
Let's see it.
This memory is when Alec first learned the initiative.
It will be just a moment. Hello, Alec.
I'm too old for Cloak and Dagger. I got your message. I'm here. Who are you?
A benefactor, if you like.
You have something to offer me?
A future.
That's vague.
A future. For your wife. You're out of money. Your contacts have dried up. You can't finish Sam.
How do you know about...
I can help you. Whatever you need.
Start by telling me what you need.
Your AI is more than a cure for your wife. It could also be the salvation for many others.
I don't follow.
Where we're going, we'll need a different perspective to understand things.
Where's that? The Andromeda Galaxy?
I have a proposal for you. And Ellen doesn't have much time. Are you interested?
Who was that? The benefactor.
I believe there was more to the Andromeda Initiative than was publicly understood. Private logs are now available in your father's quarters. They may shed further light on the matter. Your progress as Pathfinder has unlocked an additional memory.
Let's see it.
This memory is from your mother's final day.
It was a good fight, soldier.
It's not over yet.
Alec.
No.
Alec, we have a few hours. Let's enjoy them.
And after that?
We'll still have each other.
But we want you.
I love you, Mom.
I love you. Both of you. Live your lives. Do great things. I see so much potential in you. And remember, fall in love. At least once.
We'll let you guys talk.
Say it, Alec. Say it. Then I will. Goodbye. Watch out for the kids. Be there for them.
I will.
Mourn me, Alec, but don't let this destroy you. What did you used to say when you were in N7?
When your back's against the wall, if you can't run from it, use it.
Remember that. Be strong.
Never as strong as you. I love you, Ellen.
I didn't expect that.
Death remains an elusive concept for me, a finite end in a cosmos otherwise filled with infinite possibilities.
Everything ends. Life, stars, galaxies, they all die eventually. It's just how things work.
Yet it appears this belief serves as a form of motivation for many organic life forms.
It's why you exist. Dad hoped you could save her.
And I failed.
I never understood. With all your capabilities, Sam, why did she die?
My ability to enhance organic physiology has limitations. Your mother's disease was systemic. It also seems that life is more than just biology. It is the will to continue living. I believe your mother accepted her fate, and likewise, her body surrendered. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. I take it you're based here in Samnode?
Correct. This is where my core processing unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
Do you know anything more about Scott's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlyle's reports. He is providing Scott with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
What did he mean by a symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between two life forms. A flower provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, in
Talked
return, I
about
provide
that
you with
a lot more.
capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties.
It's not
We
grayed
each
out.
benefit. Welcome back,
Must be
Sarah.
more memories. I collected so many memory fragments.
That's okay, Drac. I'll just...
A bar opens on the Nexus. Visitors herald the vortex as a sign of civility, and the opposite of civility, as more sleepers wake in need of a drink. This is HNS.
Have you been to any of the
This is not good.
Good you're here. Dunn briefed you?
High level only. Said to speak with you for the full brief.
Great. Well then, here we go. Before we left, my medtech Charlie helped his aunt sign on to the initiative program.
He cheated the screening process.
Yeah, she has TH314. Deadly, highly contagious in the latter stages and jumps across species. It was dormant, but flared up when Charlie woke her. He just assumed it was stasis sickness. There's no cure, no vaccine. It's deadly in its final stage, and she's off-grid. She's a problem.
We need to help her, you mean?
Every instinct I have, both medical and human, is screaming at me to help her. Making sure TH314 doesn't spread is the top priority, no matter what. This one isn't going to be easy.
Anything else I need to know?
Be quick but discreet. We can't panic the entire station over this.
I only have a whole space station to search. Discreetly. Check.
Could be worse. She could be off station and potentially infecting the Angara. Try customs first. Even with fake medical clearance, she had to go through there like anyone else.
Dr. Carlyle has granted me access to Ruth Becker's profile. The file includes her physical description.
That'll be useful. Thanks, Sam.
Top scientists have few answers, as the dark energy anomaly known as the Scourge limits travel and communication in the cluster. This is HNS.
This is not what I signed up for. What a mess. I don't know about these Angara.
Sure glad I went to school for this.
Boom.
Make them hear. Make them know. Make them lead or make them go. Make them hear. Make them know.
Great officer. Who would that be?
I can't believe you said that.
What?
Those ships were grounded for so long.
We've had no trouble, Pathfinder.
I said it was very clear that this wasn't a military operation.
I can see that.
I filed a complaint with Tan. That'll show him.
I don't know.
Array of hope for starved residents.
Even got the crates out of B-52 storage compartments.
Wait, what?
Top scientists have
Hi, I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. Welcome to the Nexus. I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. You spend a few
Pathfinder, thank you for arranging my access to the cultural center. There's so much to study here. It would take a lifetime.
I'd enjoy that. All the reading. History, science, culture. Get some snacks, settle into that corner over there.
No offense, but I'm starting with the Asari.
Oh, sure. But when you get to Elcor Hamlet, I want to know.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad you could visit.
Yes, I don't know though.
What do you mean?
It sounds too good to be true.
Don't hesitate to speak with one of our friendly peace ambassadors. They're happy to answer any questions you may have and eager to learn more about your own culture.
Well, no idea.
Nexus exiles find a home as former security are implicated in the mutiny. An investigation revealed Nexus security head Sloan Kelly played a role in the uprising that killed dozens. Initiative authorities tracked the exiles, including Kelly, to Kadara, a desert planet in the Gavorkum system. Initiative Director Jaren Tan did not mince words when news of the exile port was made public.
Kadara is dangerous. The exiles are dangerous.
Plus they back
Stay
it doesn't
away
count your
from
last
Kadara.
injury
I
report.
cannot
Casualty
stress
rate
this
matches
enough.
Say all that's
projections.
worth a 3-day
Is
pass.
Agent S.
It was a Bronze mission, my god.
We're still looking for Knight. Please, get those devices fast as you can.
I need to talk to you about stasis revival and those protesters in hydroponics.
I see. Maybe I should get the others for this.
Protesters have seized hydroponics?
They want their families out of stasis. The outpost on Eos disrupted the schedule. They're scattered across colony blocks. Dozens of people. The protesters want this fixed today.
The realities of our position are...
We can't wake those families. We don't have the resources, and there's nowhere to put them.
Then what's the point of all those outposts I've founded?
People need more than space, Ryder.
They need work they're trained for, and we don't have placements for those families. If I just toss them to any outpost with a spare bunk, they become a burden we can't afford.
What do you suggest?
Leave the families in stasis where it's safe and get those protesters out of hydroponics. They seem sympathetic, but so did the exiles. We can't risk another revolt. Survival is more important than family reunions.
What would you do with the protesters?
I'd send in a squad and march them out. At gunpoint if we must. If they resist, a few might land in medbay, but it's better than losing hydroponics. Or the Nexus.
These people aren't the enemy. We didn't come all this way to rip families apart. We'll manage the resource squeeze somehow.
Your compassion is admirable, but...
Guess we're all tightening our belts.
You can run a stasis override command from operations. I hope the rest will be that easy.
Attention all personnel. The Angaran diplomatic team
Secure
has
message from
arrived.
intelligence. Requesting armor cam footage.
Pathfinder, what can I do for you?
Pathfinder business. Stay calm, and trust me when I say this is serious.
Calm and serious. Check.
I found this thing somewhere on station. I need to know what it does exactly.
Sure, I could... Wait. This is a scrambler unit. These things are illegal. Where did you get this?
I've been investigating Spender. Found it in his quarters.
I knew something was up with him. Such an asshole. I hope you fry him.
Help me do it?
You bet. You could hack through every security wall we have of this thing. There's a reason they're illegal. Sorry. Calm and serious. Deep breaths.
Let me know when you're done.
Yes, ma'am.
Pathfinder, you have new email.
Okay, sending the override command. The stasis pod should start unlocking.
You're really doing this? I was at the protest in hydroponics. I thought we'd just get more excuses. But we already lost a year waiting for our families. I'm glad it's time.
Things will be lean for a while. The new mouths to feed.
But you're out there. We'll manage somehow. My mom was scared something would go wrong and she'd be awake in stasis all that time. She isn't... It doesn't work like that, but I just want her out, so I know.
Override complete. Stasis revival triggered on the Nexus. For Jasper K, Griffith G, Pilkvist A, Demerchi P, Kozlov S.
There! That's her!
This came at a cost. Make sure you cherish what you've got.
I will. Thank you.
Given new resource allocation, personnel in stasis on the Hyperion may now be required to wait longer.
When it's time, you'll have a home to wake up to. I promise.
The Cultural Center requests special
8 points. That's maxed out. Maxed out. How about incinerate? What detonations? Oh, why not? He's getting restless. Or hungry, or both. Of course we want that. Okay. Taking a break. Lunch break, kitty break. After that, we'll continue our Nexus adventures. Like this one.